Canine Companions for Independence is a nonprofit that provides highly trained assistance dogs free of charge to people with disabilities. At their national headquarters in Santa Rosa, California, the work starts before puppies are even born. They work hard to meticulously select and pair dogs for breeding. Litters are then raised in homes with volunteers. At the same time, a request for an application is submitted online. As the applicant's paperwork is being filled out and sent, the quickly growing 8-week-old pups are placed with volunteer puppy raisers where they will be cared for and learn basic socialization and obedience skills. Before applicants are accepted to receive a dog, they go through a multi-step interview process, including a phone interview, medical paperwork, and an in-person interview. Accepted applicants are put on a wait list until they are invited to a team training class to be matched with an assistance dog. When the dogs are fully grown, they leave their puppy raisers and return to Canine Companions to work with skilled professional trainers to learn advanced commands and tasks. Then comes the day when the person and dog meet for the first time. Here at Team Training, the newly matched team learn to work together and training continues until they graduate as new partners. Canine Companions will continue to follow up with the pair for the lifetime of the placement, serving as a support system for the team. Canine Companions for Independence has been providing assistance dogs to people with disabilities free of charge since 1975.
Hello. Welcome to today and the August graduation celebration for Canine Companions for Independence and the Southwest region. My name is Pam Becker, like he said, and I am the executive director of this 9-state region with a training facility here in Oceanside. We're excited that you're here today with us to celebrate this really important day. Many of you have been to graduation before, so you know what to expect. But there are also people who are new to Canine Companions or who have never attended graduation. So if this is your first graduation, please raise your hand so that we can welcome you and so that we can hand you the box of Kleenex that you are going to need later on. Thank you very much for coming today. I'd also like to welcome the people who are watching on their computer screen via our live streaming and recording. Thank you all for joining us. You can't tell from where you are, but from where I am, this is an amazing sight of this big room filled with people with really big hearts. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And the other thing that maybe you can't feel is just the positive energy that is clearly overwhelming me. So thank you so much, and I'm honored to share it with you today. And in fact, there's a few people that I'd like to give a special shout out before we move further. Welcome to Michelle Lund and Gloria and Robert Wilson from the Sharon D. Lund Foundation. The foundation is a major supporter of our region and especially of the recent campus expansion that we did. Thank you so, so much. We'd also like to welcome some colleagues from our National Canine Companions office. Our CFO, Jack Pierce, and Controller, Steve Polinsky, are with us. Thank you. And speaking of our national office, I'm also excited to let you know that we have hired a new CEO for Canine Companions, Paige Mazzoni, who will join the organization in just a few weeks. She has more than 25 years of professional experience concentrated in marketing and corporate strategy. She's held senior executive marketing positions for more than 15 years, and most recently was Chief Marketing Officer at VIP Pet Care. So I look forward to a graduation when Paige will be able to join us and you all can meet her. I'd also like to give a shout out to Mayor Weiss. Mayor of the City of Oceanside is here today. Thank you very much for joining us. So I'm completely biased, but I believe that the people and dogs of Canine Companions are working to accomplish a pretty special mission. We're a national nonprofit organization that enhances the lives of people with disabilities by providing expertly trained assistance dogs free of charge. Also, and you might already know this, but did you know that this week is National Assistance Dog Week? I was trying to decide how one celebrates National Assistance Dog Week, but then I realized that we are actually celebrating in the very best possible way by being here today. Because today we celebrate the difference an assistance dog can make in a person's life, as well as for their family and their community. Canine Companions is the oldest and largest organization of our kind, having graduated over 5,900 assistance dogs since our founding in 1975. That's a lot of independence. And that number also includes 274 dogs currently supporting veterans. We currently have over 2,300 active graduate teams across the country, including 379 in our Southwest region. Today, almost at exactly the same time, we have 65 teams graduating in all of the 6 regions around the country. And that includes the 16 teams that you will meet today. Because of these canine companions, these teams will have lives with greater independence, as well as unlimited and the very best unconditional love from their assistance dog. And so I need to do just a little bit of a briefer here, because many of you already know the kinds of dogs that we provide, but I want to just do a little quick description. So our service dogs assist adults with practical physical tasks like picking up dropped items, opening and closing doors, turning lights on and off. Hearing dogs alert adults who are deaf or hard of hearing to important sounds like their name, the doorbell, or maybe a smoke alarm. Skilled companion dogs provide physical assistance and unconditional companionship to children with physical or cognitive disabilities or to severely disabled adults. And the facility dogs work alongside professional caregivers, therapists, educators in police stations or courtrooms to enhance services to people with disabilities or people who need special attention. In each and every case and with each match, we work toward the goal of creating more independence and changing lives. And I know it can sound trite, but it truly does take a village to get us to this point. And most of you in this room are members of that village. So thank you so much for your part in this entire process. Thank you to the almost 1,000 volunteers in the Southwest region, so many of whom are in the audience today, and who contribute your time, your energy, your resources, your love, your garages, your backyards, your cars. I know, there's a lot of dog fur in my car. I know what it can be like. And you do that because you are doing a true public service. You are raising a dog for a person that you might never know. It does not get better than that. Thank you. These volunteers also, yeah. We also have volunteers who include the members of our Southwest Regional Board, many of whom have joined us today. Thank you. And who are listed on the screen behind me and in your program. I'm grateful for their service. Thank you. And I also want to thank some people, foundations, and companies that make Canine Companions program so successful. We are profoundly indebted to our generous donors and supporters, many of whom are listed on the screen and in your printed program. Thank you especially to the Harriet E. Flieger Foundation and to Marcia and George Pecor for their giving. These people and companies were inspired by our mission to make a gift, and we are grateful for your support. Thank you for your funding our programs and enabling us to provide these incredibly skilled and loving dogs free of charge. We estimate that it costs at least $50,000 to breed, raise, train, place, and provide follow-up care for each of these assistance dogs. So it's your giving that makes this possible. We're blessed to have such a dedicated group of people who make Canine Companions a philanthropic priority. No matter the size of your gift, your generosity makes a tremendous difference in the work that we all do. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So one person who is supporting Canine Companions in both words and actions is a gentleman named Joe Turcott. Joe is from Colorado Springs, and he's currently in the last third of a 3,000-mile walk from Boston to Oceanside, all in support of Canine Companions. When he is done this fall, he will have walked across 13 states. That's 30 miles a day. And for those of you who count your daily steps on your Fitbit or something like that, he will be at 6 million steps by the time he is done. He is doing all of this to raise awareness of and support for canine companions. And we're lucky that he sent us a video. This is Joe.
Hi everyone, greetings from an incredibly remote location in front of an abandoned farm by some railroad tracks somewhere in eastern Colorado. What's stranger than that is I just walked 2,000 miles to get here, and it gets even stranger. I will continue walking until I am in that building where you are now sitting. Why? Because of CCI. I love everything about CCI. I love the puppy raisers, the trainers, the organization, and I especially love you, the graduates. Congratulations to all of you who are graduating today, and feel free to follow my little adventure on Facebook at 6 Million Steps of Gratitude, or friend me personally. I'm Joe Turcott. Thanks for all you do. Bye.
So he's pretty outstanding. So you can follow his progress on Facebook and watch for more information about when he's expected to actually land here in Oceanside. And I think we need to have a really big party for him because he's doing a really big thing. So if you haven't already looked in your program, you'll find lots of good information about how to get more involved with canine companions and some dates for upcoming events, including Dog Fest in San Diego, yay Dog Fest, a fun barn event in Denver, a golf tournament in Scottsdale, and the fashion show and hot dog in Los Angeles. We would love to see you at any or all of these gatherings. And in closing, I can't say it enough. Thank you for being part of this very special Canine Companions family. Thank you for the part that you do in making the world a better place, one human-dog match at a time. And now it's my privilege to introduce the president of our board, Sandra Thiederman. Thank you.
It's such a treat to see so many new people. Every time we do this, there's all kinds of new hands, and then so many friends here as well. Canine Companions, as I think you're already learning, is a lot about experiences. Joe's big experience of walking across the country, the big experience of graduating with a dog, or of turning a dog in that you've loved for a year and a half. But it's also about all kinds of very unexpected little things that can happen that bring a smile to your face. And I wanted to share something that happened to my husband Tom and I just last Sunday. And it happened in downtown San Diego, utterly unexpected. So Tom and I are down there, and we had gone down to figure out where the heck do you park for the train station, right? So it had turned kind of into a project, and it was hot. And I was frankly kind of grumpy, okay? And I'm sweating, and we're driving along Market Street. For those of you that know downtown, you know what I mean. So we're driving along there in the middle lane, and we get to a stoplight, and there's a bus stop to our right on the corner. And I glance over, and what do I see at that bus stop but a man who's using a wheelchair, and beside him is this yellow Labrador wearing a cape. So, of course, Tom and I, puppy raisers and volunteers, know we get all excited when we see canine companions in an unexpected spot. So we look over, and we're in the middle lane, remember, and we're kind of looking, and we're going, nah, it's not canine companions. That's not the right color cape. It's too dark. And then all of a sudden, a woman standing next to this wheelchair looked up from what she was reading, and she looked at our car, and she started going crazy, laughing and smiling and waving and trying to get us to come over to say hi. And at that moment, I realized she'd seen the Canine Companion sticker on the car, right? But I'm worrying, you've experienced this where I'm going, oh my gosh, I don't know this woman. She knows me, right? I must have met her. I don't remember her. I don't recognize her. This is going to be awkward. Well, so we decide we got to say hi. She's just grinning and smiling, and he's smiling, and the dog is just sitting there like a good canine companion dog. And so we decide we're going to get into that right lane, all right? So my husband, he's a good driver. I can't say that this was the smoothest lane change he's ever done, but he manages to get over into the bus lane by the bus stop. And fortunately, at that moment, we did not notice that there was a bus coming down about to plow into us. We did not care. We got there, and we just, heck with the bus, you can just sit there for a minute, and we met the nicest couple on the planet. And their full-service dog, Landon, that's one of the categories that Pam talked about. And these people were so warm, I didn't know them. They were from Nebraska. They were from our north central region of Canine Companions, one of the 6 regions that Pam had mentioned. And they had seen the sticker on our car. And all they wanted to do was to thank us for being puppy raisers. And I gotta tell ya, I didn't stop grinning for blocks. And I wasn't grumpy anymore. And that's what the Canine Companion family is all about. Those moments, the big ones like you're going to see today and the small ones. So I invite you to join us because those are the kinds of things that are in store for you. And speaking of family, I'd like now to introduce one of our stellar Canine Companion staff members, a young woman who has been with Canine Companions, oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm supposed to have the figure in my head, but at least 11 years. This woman used to be in charge of the volunteers. She was one of the people that coordinated what we did and when we do it and saw to it that we felt appreciated. She also then became involved with our events planning and helping us put on things like Dogfest. Don't forget to go to Dogfest. It's going to be a great event this year. And now she is the manager of puppy programs at Canine Companions for Independence. She keeps us puppy raisers happy, and she orchestrates the entire process. So I'd like to introduce to you Ms. Becky Heim.
Thank you, Sandra. Good afternoon. Let's talk puppies. I would like to invite all puppy raisers with matriculating dogs to line up alphabetically by dog. To my left, Jules will guide you. So as the puppy program manager for the Southwest region of Canine Companions, I work with approximately 300 puppy raisers. Puppy raisers are angelic volunteers who very kindly take an 8-week-old bundle of puppy from our program, socialize them, teach them obedience, work on their manners, and then give a wonderfully trained dog back to us once the dog is close to 2 years of age. Recently, we had some litters of puppies born, so we asked these puppies what they would be looking for in a puppy raiser, and they put together a wanted ad for us. So those of you that have seen the Disney classic Mary Poppins, they based it on the Dear Nanny song, but I'm not going to sing it for you because that wouldn't be kind of me. So wanted, a puppy raiser for 1,400 adorable puppies, but you only have to raise one at a time. If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition. Rosy cheeks, no cats. Kidding, kidding. You can have cats, that's fine. Play games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty. You can live in country or city. Take us on outings, give us treats, teach commands, more treats. Never be cross or cruel, let us swim in your pool. Love us like your son or daughter, and always have a bowl of fresh water. If you work hard and are consistent, we'll be obedient and persistent. We won't chew your spectacles so you can't see, put stains on the rug, or make you spill your tea. Hurry, puppy raiser, and that will be a key command. The Canine Companions puppy. It isn't truly that simple. Puppy raisers pour all this love and dedication into raising a puppy to empower someone that they have never even met. It takes a very special person to do this. Puppy raisers of matriculating dogs, we are so proud of you today, and we are so grateful for your efforts. Before we recognize our first puppy raisers, I would actually like to recognize a few dogs that graduated from another region. These puppies were raised in Southwest, but graduated from South Central. Banks II was raised by the Gueterslow family of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hannah V was raised by Jenny, Bob, and Brooke Exley of Centennial, Colorado. Rowan III was raised by Susan and Dave Calvano of Monument, Colorado. Sabrina III was raised by Sandy and Matt Barker of Crested Butte, Colorado. And Treasure IV was raised by Allie and Brad Griggan of Ogden, Utah. So congratulations to those puppy raisers. Also, the following dogs graduated from the Hearing Dog program and were raised in the Southwest region. Nebula III was raised by Laura and Steve Scully of Corona Del Mar, California. Tulip IV was raised by Cindy Thompson of Las Vegas, Nevada. And Vespa was raised by Joy Falls of Fort Collins, Colorado. In addition, we have a lot to celebrate. The following dogs were selected for the breeding program. Duran II was raised by Amy Olschner of Fort Collins, Colorado. And Lotus IV was raised by Melissa Billingsley, Matthew, and Madison of Tehachapi, California. Handing out our rosettes today are special guests Steve Weiss and Mary Campbell. Now we would like to recognize our matriculating class. Benicia IV was raised by Kim Wara and Dawn Johnson from La Mesa, California. This is the first puppy that they have raised. You can go behind me. Brinkley II was raised by Joni and Timmy McLaughlin from San Diego, California. This is the first puppy that they have raised. Cadbury was raised by Maria Borja and Joseph Skarupa from Lakewood, Colorado. This is the 9th puppy that they have raised. Callie was raised by Nanette and Mike McGill from Cypress, California, and assisted by Doreen Mayo from Huntington Beach, California. This is the 3rd puppy that they have raised for Nanette and Mike, and the 10th for Doreen. Was raised by Bruce and Margie Brenneman from Rancho Santa Fe, California, and Kira Willett from Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is the 1st puppy they both have raised. Hedwig was raised by Hugh Jett and Bruce Hoffman from Irvine, California. This is the 1st puppy that they have raised. Hibiscus II was raised by the Naval Consolidated Brig at Miramar from San Diego, California. This is the 51st puppy that they have raised at the facility. And this is Katie Grasky, who works at the Brig, and we love her so. Juanita II was raised by Clifton and Mitzi Kime from Golden, Colorado. This is the 8th puppy that they have raised, and Juanita has already turned in with us at the center. Judge V was raised by Linda and Bill Chandler from Carlsbad, California, and Becca Davis from Encinitas. The 3rd puppy for the Chandlers and the 2nd for Becca. Carew was raised by Judy Lepar from Torrance, California. This is the 4th puppy that she has raised. Laredo V was raised by Carol Drury from Sterling, Colorado. This is the 5th puppy that she has raised. Lariat II was raised by Karen and Stan Reeves from Lake Forest, California. They have raised 14 puppies for us. Marty VI was raised by Patsy Cornwell from Parker, Colorado, and Pat Deck from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. The 6th puppy for Patsy and the 5th puppy for Pat. Max the 7th was raised by the Naval Consolidated Brig at Miramar from San Diego, California. This is the 52nd puppy that they have raised. Newly the 2nd was raised by Barbara and William Hughes from Layton, Utah. This is the 4th puppy that they have raised. Oceana the 3rd was raised by Susan and Terry Terrell from Westminster, Colorado. This is the 2nd puppy that they have raised. Odessa the 4th was raised by Vicki Boynton, Jane Drover, and Tom Gibson from San Diego, California, and the Weld family from La Mesa, California. The 16th puppy for Vicki, Jane, and Tom, and first for the Welds. And Odessa has already turned in. This is Pesto, raised by the Naval Consolidated Brig Miramar from San Diego, the 53rd puppy they have raised. They're racking them up. Thank you. This is Petra the 5th, raised by Lynn Berry of Vista, California, and this is the first puppy that she has raised. This is Prancer the 3rd, raised by Ed and Diane Thompson from Lakewood, California. This is the 4th puppy that they have raised. Already turned in is Renner the 3rd, raised by Bent County Correctional Facility of Las Animas, Colorado. This is the 19th puppy they have raised at Bent County. Rowan was raised by Meredith Murray and Rob Brown from Escondido, California. This is the 2nd puppy that they have raised. Shay the 2nd was raised by Kathleen and Don King from Escondido, California. This is puppy number 4. Sir was raised by Elizabeth and Alan Howell from Oxnard, California. This is the 7th puppy they have raised. Slater the 4th was raised by Marilyn and Brady Carulis from Kaysville, Utah. This is puppy number 5. Already turned in at the center is Sunday the 2nd. She was raised by Bent County Correctional Facility of Colorado. This is the 18th puppy they have raised. Thelma the 4th was raised by Julie and Louis Mergis from Huntington Beach, California. This is puppy number 17. Tracy the 5th was raised by the Harris family from Docano, Colorado. This is the 5th puppy that they have raised. And presenting Tracy are the Halsteads, other lovely puppy raisers. Thank you. Tucson the 2nd was raised by Mike Nolan and Colleen Farrell from Tehachapi, California. This is the first puppy they have raised. Vale the 2nd has already turned in. She was raised by Jay Matzler and John Hansen from Desert Hot Springs, California. This is the 12th puppy they have raised. Vanna the 5th has already turned in at the center, but this is her lovely puppy raiser, Jessica. The Creech family from Parker, Colorado, the first puppy they have raised. This is Waylon the 3rd, raised by Richard and Sydney Stevens from Fillmore, California. This is the first puppy they've raised for Canine Companions. This is Windy the 3rd, raised by Dr. Susan Ryan and Christian Scott Carcula from Denver, Colorado. This is the first puppy each family has raised. Yolinda was raised by the Naval Consolidated Brig Miramar from San Diego. This is 54. Already with us at Canine Companions is Yuma the Fourth, who was raised by Nicole Pryor of Temecula, California. This was the first puppy Nicole has raised. And Zara the Fourth, raised by Debbie Geary Kermode and Jeff Kermode from Tehachapi, California. This is the fourth puppy that they have raised. And finally, we'd like to celebrate Zeke the Fifth, who has already turned in, raised by Chris Harrell from Vista, California. And this is puppy number 10 for Chris. Please join me in one last round of applause for our awesome puppy raisers.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you, puppy raisers. So I don't know if you were keeping count, but I think that was 44 puppies. It's pretty remarkable. Congratulations and thank you. So now we're going to shift gears just a little bit. You met the puppies. Let's see what happens. I'd like to introduce to you our August graduating class with this video.
What brought me to CCI in the first place was many years ago when I got my first dog. I have a disease that I got disabled, cannot walk or stand, and life was very difficult. And I was sitting in one of the classes, and a lady came in with a beautiful golden retriever. He put his head on my lap and looked at me, and for the first time, he didn't care I was in a wheelchair. I never felt that ever before from anyone. All I would get was pity, and I feel bad for this guy, he's in a wheelchair, but the dog never felt that way. And she introduced me to CCI. Yay! That's how excited I was about receiving this dog, because if I had a checklist of what I would want in a service dog, this dog meets all those criteria. So I was ecstatic.
One of his speech therapists had a dog from Canine Companion, and we noticed right after 5 minutes with the dog that he started talking more than we ever knew. So it was like a miracle having interact with the dog. I have no words to explain it. How good the trainers are, how good the organization is. We've never seen Andy interact with someone like this before. He's giving him calm. He plays with her. He likes her, like he likes him. It's a bless. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the patience, for the time, for the effort to raise the puppies.
I'm Tiffany Atala Hernandez, and this is Bay, and I am a therapist. I work at Best Solutions Therapy, and I also am a contractor with the Counseling Team International, and we primarily serve law enforcement, fire departments doing critical incident work. Bay is going to reach so many people. She will be actively working after big incidents, things such as we recently worked with many clients from Route 91. She will be going into fire and police departments, doing peer support type work. She'll also be working with a lot of my teenagers who have autistic spectrum disorders or autism. We do work within the community, getting them comfortable going to places like Sprouts and the grocery store and ordering at McDonald's, and she'll provide support there. She'll also be doing some grief work and integrating with me to work with post-traumatic stress disorder through EMDR and some other commands that'll be supportive in therapy. Well, I am just so blessed to have absolutely the best office mate ever. She really brings out a whole nother side of not just the work I do, but of me. I feel like I couldn't have found a better soulmate. And you know, even just the time together is so calming for me and recentering. I feel so lucky that I get to glean something out of my work partner too.
You know, we've been through a rough journey. You know, diagnosed him at utero. So before he even had a breath, we already knew that he was going to be a child with exceptional needs. So when I learned about Canine Companion, I feel that we could really benefit from the dog, you know, from what the dogs do for him. Just us being here, he's already talking more. You know, he's expressing himself more, he's doing more. So that right there tells you what the dogs do for these children and people just in general. I'm amazed, you know. My child used to be fearful of dogs. A year ago, my child couldn't even be near a dog, you know, but I prepared him, and I'm just astonished of what Yaeli's already doing for him, you know. How Alex wants to be involved. He wants to be involved with everything. He knows what's going on, and I'm just so beyond grateful that Canine Companion allowed us to be a part of their family. When we're playing out there in the play yard, he loves to see her run. Do you like to see Yaeli run when we're playing with the ball?
Yeah. I'm Bradford, and this is my dog Keegan. I was nervous on pre-match day to see who I was going to get, but I really liked all the dogs that I'd worked with, so I knew they were going to make the right decision. And he's perfect. He's very affectionate, definitely a cuddler, and I think he's a good match for me because, you know, he likes to go out and run around, but he also doesn't mind just staying home cuddling and being quiet. And yeah, I think he's a perfect match personality-wise. This whole experience has been just wonderful. The trainers are so helpful and so patient to make sure we understand what we need to do and are accommodating when things don't work out. And I'm just so impressed with how dedicated they are to this. I think he's gonna change my life in so many ways, from not only just a loving, loyal companion, but make me more approachable to people who are, you know, might be scared to come up to me because of the walker. And he's going to help me so much with the physical tasks that are getting harder to do as I get older.
Just pick up things off the floor and probably come to school with me.
Only if I come.
Only if my grandma comes. Just open the refrigerator and just the things I need.
Oh, I think he's going to be very calming for her. She has a startle reflex, and I think this will help. He will help immensely with her. Be her best friend. You know he will.
Well, he's a licker. He's a licker. He likes to lick me when it's the morning time, and when I'm like sleeping and stuff. He nudges my hand to wake me up, and I see his face in the morning.
It's been an awesome experience. I mean, you know, I've been on the website many times watching the graduation ceremonies and so forth, but you really don't, you get to really know the program once you're really involved in it. And all the time and effort that, from the puppy raisers to the trainers, and the 2 weeks you're here doing the team training with your dog, is a phenomenal experience. Zorro is going to help me in a lot of ways. So I've been over the last 3 or 4 years that I've been full-time, 100% in my scooter. And so now if I drop things, if I have difficulty opening up doors, carrying items from my van into the house has been a challenge. But now that I have Zorro, he's going to be a tremendous help. Canine Companions for Independence is just a phenomenal organization. I can see why their success rate has been going on for the last 40 years, thanks to the puppy raisers, the donors, who put together a phenomenal facility and campus to train the dogs, and just everyone to keep their support coming in.
Aviana has a rare genetic mutation. At the time that she was diagnosed, she was 7th in the world, and that was 3 years ago. Since we've been here, I feel like she's opened up so much more. And there's certain things that usually would startle her, or she would go back a little bit. And just this, just being here with her now, she's like a whole other little person. Like, people will talk to her and she'll answer instead of like shy away. So I can only imagine that I'm hoping that I'll be able to maybe have a full conversation with her. Other people will be able to understand her more, and just she'll be able to gain that confidence that no matter what we did, we couldn't give her. And like I said, just even in this short time, it's been amazing how much she's blossomed. Thank you for making all this possible for us, and for changing our lives forever, and for giving us a little hope for Aviana's future.
We tried like a really good connection that I can feel between me and her. And when they just said her name, I was really, really happy. And I love her. It's been fun getting to work with these cute dogs and stuff, and getting to learn a lot about them. So, she's my little princess. And she's just fun to be around. Because this face is what I love to wake up to every morning and get to see her face. Because she just brightens up my day.
My name is Amy, and this is my son Luke, and this is our dog Lori. On the first day when he first met Lori, when they were doing rotations and they took her away, he said, "Mom, I love that dog." And then when we found out that we were pre-matched to her, it's amazing. I never would have thought that the help would come so fast. She's only been with us for 4 nights so far, and I'm already seeing her help with his sensory issues that can creep up on Luke when he gets overstimulated. She's already begun to help with that, and certain transitions that are hard for Luke. I'm noticing he's much more calm when it's time to transition into something else. And that social bridge, Luke has only known some of the other classmates here for a week, and I'm seeing him engage in conversation with them, and she's providing that bridge for him and giving him that confidence.
She likes to look at me a lot. She is very loving. She listens to me as well. I just love her so much.
There's not a day, a morning, an interaction, bedtime routine that doesn't start and end with, "I love you, Lori," from Luke, and "You're my best friend." And that means the world to me.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Corba, and this is my new service dog, Yabby. I had the interview with our trainers, and we really discussed what I was looking for, and they have a relationship with all of these dogs. They've had training time with all of them. They knew what these dogs could do for us, their personalities. They listened to my needs, which I needed a dog that was affectionate. You can see that she's an affectionate dog, smart, she's eager to learn, and it was wonderful. It was a great match, and she and I are doing fabulous together, so what could be better? Yabby is going to help in motivating me to get out there and be as independent as possible. One of my biggest fears is falling out of my chair, and I've done it in the past, and I did it with my former service dog, and that dog went and she got my daughter and brought my daughter to her, And I know that that's something that Abby and I can work on as well. She's going to be great. And then of course the retrieves that a service dog can do, but mostly that sense that I can go out there and I can just explore the world and she'll be there to support me.
I'm Martin Perez, and I'm joined by my wife, Laura Perez, and my son, Maximilian Perez, and our new dog, Dagmar. And we at first thought that we might need something more high energy because we didn't know better. And the instructors are just so phenomenal. They knew what we needed before we knew what we needed. And this has been the perfect match forever. So when I heard Dagmar, I wasn't quite sure what that meant, but she showed me what that meant, that I've been blessed with such an amazing animal to be part of our family. The thank you is just not a good enough word. We've seen him blossom in just a week here when we worked for months, if not years, trying to get some of these things out of him. And with working just with the dog in such a short time, we've seen such growth. And that's just amazing. You can't quantify that enough. Thank you.
Dagmar, thumbs up. Okay, give him a good thumbs up. Big thumbs up. Look forward. Thumbs up. There you go.
Way to say it, buddy.
Oh boy, I might need a tissue after that. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Kaden Cremona, and I've just completed my Apprentice 1 course here at Canine Companions for Independence. Thank you. So that means I've had the honor and the pleasure of teaching my first team training class alongside other Apprentice 1 instructor Danielle Boggs, Apprentice instructor Eli Gerard and Amy Kinsella, instructor Sarah Nigahosian, as well as training manager Chuck Dickinson. I had the honor and the absolute pleasure of training my first string of some of the sweetest, fluffiest, and simply put, the most special dogs in the past 6 months in preparation for this very day. For those of you who aren't familiar, team training is an intense 2-week course where students are matched with an assistance dog. This requires them to put their lives on hold and to devote their time, energy, and effort into this equally exciting and exhausting journey. They've spent close to 80 hours absorbing everything from canine behavior and body language to grooming and canine health. They've listened to lectures, they've taken quiz after quiz after quiz, and even a final. And most importantly, practiced skills and learned how to successfully communicate with their new furry friends. In just 2 weeks, these students have learned how to use over 40 commands with their dogs, and they've come up with brilliant ways to best utilize these dogs and add years of independence, happiness, and companionship to their lives. These students, in turn, have taught us so much about gratitude, and I could not be more thankful that my career has allowed me to become a part of their journey. The teams you are about to meet have transformed over the past 2 weeks into effective and successful working teams with their new Canine Companions assistance dogs. Watching the bond between human and dog grow so strong in the span of just 14 days has been nothing short of magical. I can't wait to see what you guys go on and do in the years to come in your new partnership. On behalf of the Southwest instructional staff, thank you so much for your devotion, your patience, and the trust that you've put forth in the past weeks. I'd now like to invite my fellow Apprentice 1 instructor, Danielle Boggs, to present the new teams.
Thanks, Kate. I'm honored to announce the August graduating class. The first graduate I would like to introduce is Tiffany from Yorba Linda, California. Tiffany is being placed with assistance dog Bay. She is a female yellow lab golden cross. Bay was raised by Vicki Boynton, Jane Dover, and Tom Gibson from San Diego, California. Bay is being presented by Vicki Boynton and Jane Dover. The next graduate I would like to introduce is Amy from Carlsbad, California. Amy's being placed with assistance dog Sheldon III, a male golden retriever. Sheldon is being presented by his puppy raisers, Pat Lawson and Michelle Connors from Queen Creek, Arizona. You guys can go. Yeah, you guys try. Don't mind us, we're just moving the podium. The next graduate I would like to introduce is Mary from Phoenix, Arizona. Mary is being placed with assistance dog Glenda the 7th, a female black lab. Glenda is being presented by her puppy raisers, Allie and Bob Nagowski from Anthem, Arizona. The next graduate I would like to introduce is Mateo from San Diego, California. Mateo is being placed with assistance dog Mai Tai, a female black lab golden cross. Mai Tai is being presented by her puppy raisers Janice and Dan Flynn from Santee, California. The next graduate I would like to introduce is Max from Oxnard, California. Max is being placed with assistance dog Dagmar II, a female yellow lab. Dagmar is being presented by her puppy raiser, Petra Fisher from Foothill Ranch, California. The next graduate I'd like to introduce is Andy from Whittier, California. Andy's being placed with assistance dog Varsity II, a female yellow lab golden cross. Varsity was raised by Katie and Samantha Lee from Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and is being presented by Katie Lee.
Hi, my name is Andy, and welcome to New York City. And then, presenting Varsity. And now, the high dive, and with my friend, Dad. Hey guys, this is my friend. What's your name? Daniel. Daniel. This is my friend, Papa.
I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that, so. The next graduate I would like to introduce is Krista Lee from National City, California. Krista Lee is being placed with assistance dog Skipper II, a male black lab. Skipper is being presented by his puppy raiser, Carol Wilkerson from Colorado Springs, Colorado. The next graduate I'd like to introduce is Alexander from Van Nuys, California. Alexander is being placed with assistance dog Yiley, a male yellow lab golden cross. Yiley was raised by the Covarrubias family from Chula Vista, California, and is being presented by Eliana Covarrubias. The next graduate I'd like to introduce is Luke from Castle Rock, Colorado. Luke is being placed with assistance dog Lori IV, a female black lab golden cross. Lori is being presented by her puppy raisers Tim Barnes and Ben Miller from Denver, Colorado. The next graduate I'd like to introduce is Aviana from Mesa, Arizona. Aviana is being placed with assistance dog Halifax, a female yellow lab golden cross. Halifax is being presented by her puppy raiser, Claire von Koinenberg from Pacific Palisades, California. And I will now turn it over to Instructor Sarah Nigahosian for the remainder of the graduation announcements.
Thank you, Danielle. I would like to introduce graduate Kristen from San Marcos, California. Kristen is being placed with assistance dog Alba III, a female yellow lab golden cross. Alba is being presented by her puppy raisers, Margie and Randy Nelson from Chula Vista, California. The next graduate I would like to introduce is Bradford from San Diego, California. Bradford has been placed with assistance dog Keegan II, a male yellow lab. Keegan is being presented by his puppy raisers, Mark and Carla Stewart, also from San Diego, California. Next, I would like to introduce graduate Amanda and training assistant Sarah from Pleasant View, Utah. Amanda has been placed with assistance dog Yanni, a female yellow lab golden cross. Yanni was raised by Annabelle Kaufman and Kara Hirsch from Aurora, Colorado. She is being presented today by Annabelle Kaufman and Chris and Tyler Hirsch. The next graduate I would like to introduce is Bob from Chandler, Arizona. Guess what? There's a birthday in the house. Happy birthday to you, Bob. Bob has been placed with assistance dog Zorro III, a male black lab golden cross. Zorro is being presented today by his puppy raisers, Barbara and Kimberly Hutchins from Grand Junction, Colorado. He mastered the over-the-shoulder pose. That's Zorro's vogue. Next, I would like to introduce graduate Jennifer from Long Beach, California. Jennifer has been placed with assistance dog Yabby, a female black lab golden cross. Yabby is being presented today by her puppy raisers, Chris and Tommy Hosmer from Laguna Niguel, California. Presented by Tommy Hosmer. She's been practicing also. Last but certainly not least, I'm pleased to introduce graduate Ron from Palos Verdes Peninsula, California. Ron has been placed with assistance dog Jancy, a male yellow lab. Jancy is being presented today by his puppy raisers, Susan and Bob Brennicky from Bernalillo, New Mexico.
Jancy. Yahoo! Woo! Woo! That a boy. That a boy. Come on, boy. Let's go. That a boy.
All right, Ron.
Stay up here.
Yes, please.
Oh my goodness.
I would
All
like to
right.
invite Ron to stay on the stage.
Come on, my boy. Heel.
And to present his speech as our class speaker.
Good boy. Heel. Good boy. Come on. Let's go. That a boy. Heel. Down. Come on, boy. You could do it. Yeah. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. That a boy. Hi, folks. My name is Ron, and I'm a former graduate. I'm returning to CCI for a successor dog. I am so excited today. You know why? Because I get to take this dog home, like all the other graduates. Wow! I get to take him home. He's my dog. Woo! Woo! I know, I'll calm down, okay. Whew. Anyway, I would like to talk to you about my incredible experience going through team training. During the first couple of days, I was introduced to numerous dogs. I was taught various commands which enabled me to work with the dogs. On day 3, I was pre-matched with Jancy. And I want to describe to you my feeling when I was pre-matched. How many of you guys in the audience, and I know there's quite a few, have been to Las Vegas, played the slot machines, and won a little money? Raise your hand. All right, you know how that feels, right? Well, you know what, folks? I hit the jackpot! The jackpot! Woo! If I had a list of everything I wanted in a successor service dog, this dog would hit every check mark on the list and more. That's how fantastic this dog is. Whew. During the following days in team training, I learned over 40 different commands. Not 20, not 30, 40. 40. Think of that, folks. 40 different things that this dog can do. I know some of you have pet dogs, right? How many have pet dogs in the audience? Raise your hand. You can't even get them to do 2 things, right? Never mind 40 things. Unbelievable. Blows my mind. I practiced them with Jancy. I went on numerous field trips to malls, stores, and restaurants, working with Jancy in each location, practicing the commands I learned in class. I sat through many, many lectures on how to manage and take care of Jancy. And that's so important because these dogs need to be taken care of. So we learn that here. They don't just say, here's your dog, have a nice day. They teach us the way to manage the dog and the proper way to take care of the dog. Finally, all of this led up to the public access test. And you'll say to me, well, what is that, Ron? What do you mean public access? Public access allows me to take Jancy anywhere the public is allowed to go, like hotels, restaurants, airlines, and malls. And that's a special privilege. Just like driving is a privilege, public access with these service dogs are a privilege. All of this led up to today, our graduation day. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to read to the audience a letter that I personally wrote to the puppy raisers. And if you're a past puppy raiser sitting out there or a future puppy raiser, this letter's for you also. Dear puppy raisers, my name is Ron, and I'm a former graduate. I'm returning to CCI for a successor dog. I can only imagine how difficult it is letting go of one of your precious family members. That's right, these dogs are your family members. And I and all the graduates know that. For months you have raised and seen your puppy evolve into an adult dog. I can only tell you how grateful the graduates are receiving these furry miracles. They will forever change the graduates' lives. Being disabled is no easy challenge. However, with these assistance dogs, life for us can be much more tolerable and meaningful. From the bottom of my heart and all the graduates, we thank you for everything you have done to make our lives better. God bless all of you. I'm not done. I'm not done. You go off the stage. I'm not done. Whew. Anyway, oh my goodness. Jancy told me, and I know this is hard, he said, look, Poppy, I want to do the closing remarks. I said, what? He says, I want to do the closing remarks. I said, all right, can you do it? He says, come on, don't you have faith in me? I said, all right. Okay. All right, release. Come on, boy. Attaboy. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. All right, attaboy. Okay, stay. Okay, come on. Sit. Stay. Let's go. Sit. Good boy, yes. Good boy. Okay. What? What do you say? What? All right, what he's saying is he's a little shy. So if you guys would please help me out, on the count of 3, I want you to say, hi, Jancy. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Jancy. Attaboy. Okay, are you ready now? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, speak. Speak. Come on, boy. Speak. That boy, speak. Come on, boy, speak. 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 That a boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. Woo! Boy, that's my boy. My goodness, in front of all this crowd. Come on, boy. Woo! I don't know, are you more excited or I'm more excited? Okay, have a seat. Sit. Yeah. Okay, down. Yeah, that a boy. Good boy. Okay, now, he just spoke the closing remarks. And you're sitting there asking me, okay, all right, Ron, now is there anybody in the audience that could speak dog? Raise your hand. All right. I see from looking at all of you, you're looking at me, you don't speak dog. Well, I got to tell you something. I speak dog. And you're telling me, what do you mean you speak dog? Where did you learn the dog, how to speak dog? I learned it in team training. That was one of the benefits of team training. And I wrote down what Jancy, in his closing remarks, wanted to say to you guys. On behalf of all the graduates and all the graduate dogs, we thank you for sharing our special day with us. God bless all of you, and God bless Canine Companions for Independence. Come on, boy, release.
Can I hug you now?
Yeah, you can hug me now. Come on, right here.
Yay! Look, you got a standing
Sit.
ovation.
Sit.
You got a standing ovation.
Oh, my goodness. And that goes to Jancy. Come on, boy.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you all. We've come to the end of our program. Thank you to the Contemporary Women of North County for the dessert reception, if you didn't already check it out. We have so much going on in Canine Companions. I hope you will be part of it. We would love to see you at the next graduation, at the next event, or tomorrow, whatever. We want you to be part of this family. Happy anniversary, Jay and Chris. Happy birthday, Ron. Ron? No. Rob, sorry. Happy birthday. Have a great weekend. Thank you all for coming. Take care.